Hello and welcome to the Heresy Lodge. I'm your host Dylan Cooper with a constant co-host over here.
Gavin Franklin.
Guys, we have a lot to shed out here at the beginning. Before I go into that, we will be finishing the review of the Sigilite. No, the Silent War.
The
It's
Sigilite.
called the Silent War. Sigilite
Sigilite's
the
a
story,
story.
I swear.
We're going to do one whole review over the Sigilite short story.
Yes. Anyway, a lot of things to shed out. If this is the first time you have listened to us this week, you notice we have a fucking theme song. I have retroactively put it on all of our episodes. Big shout
Sweet.
out. Oh, I gotta find this guy's name real quick so I don't just fucking look like a jackass.
Oh my, you already look like a
I
jackass.
am what I am.
Oh my gosh.
I think it's
Now
Gabe.
we're
Yes, Gabriel.
Gabe.
Gabriel, thank you for sending us a theme song. Fucking fantastic. It's awesome.
Yeah, very exciting. I was listening to it. I've listened to it like 20 times, and I'm like, that's just so sick. Very pumped about it.
Yes, it's
Uh,
fucking sick. I just feel like I'm like ready to go into war.
yep.
Next
We
shout
also
out.
got,
We
yeah,
have
this is
shout out. We have to
community-based
shout out
shout-outs.
two artists right now.
Two.
One from our Discord. We have Beth. You can find her on Twitter at Ducking Beth. I'm pretty sure she does commissions. Check her out. She did one of our logos, which is the Chaos Star. That looks fucking awesome. And we have another one from my friend Josh. I am making him get into the commission game as soon as I can. Once he's in there, he will get a shout out on Twitter as well.
Is this the Josh I know?
I
No?
don't think so.
Different Josh? Nope, never mind.
I used to work with him.
Yeah, I know him. He's at your wedding.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know that
Yeah.
Josh. Okay.
Yep,
He did the other one?
Yep. So there
Fucking
is a
sick.
mug logo, two mugs clashing. He did that one for us. So the reason we got these logos though is because we have fucking merch now.
Merchandise. Oh my gosh, what is going on?
And it looks pretty fucking cool.
I'm very excited. I bought pretty much one of everything.
Yeah, I have a shirt coming, a sweatshirt coming, a mug, and a pint glass.
Got pint glasses, which is perfect. You got pint glasses with mugs on the pint glasses, which is genius.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome. I'm really, really excited for it all to come in. It's a little slow on the shipping. If anyone's interested, check it out. I will put the link in YouTube on here, and then I will go ahead and read it off to you, but no one's gonna fucking remember this, especially if you're driving. But it's the-heresy-lodge-creator-spring.com. Check it out. It's fucking cool. Order shit. Throw it everywhere. Let everyone know we're the fucking greatest.
You also have some news as well, which you have
Yes.
previously shared on the Discord, which they should join if they wanted to hear it firsthand. But here we go.
Yes. I also posted this on Twitter last night. So things in my life are changing. My wife and I are expecting our first child. What does that mean for the podcast?
Dead.
Literally don't fucking know. I have no idea how my life is going to change. We do have a plan, though, when we plan on recording about 4 episodes in advance so that I have some time to adjust to not sleeping and having a child. I think you did the math. It's going to be like right around middle of the siege, you said, I think?
No, it's before the siege. I think
Right
it's like
before the siege?
three books before Buried Dagger.
Cool.
Which is kind of
So, yeah.
weird when you plan out how long you're gonna have a baby in books of Forest Heresy.
How many books can I get through before she pops out?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so that's pretty crazy stuff. Yeah, so we're definitely planning on just doing as much preparing ahead of time, making sure we have videos or stuff pre-recorded to be released out there. And we're also going to look for some other ways for me in particular to probably engage with the community during that time. But yeah, all in all, really, this podcast is just us reading books and talking about them. So it's not like at the end of the day an insane time commitment right now. So yeah.
The only part that sucks is the little time I have for tabletop is going to get even smaller.
Even smaller. You don't even play anyway. So yeah, and I guess in what's the word I'm looking for? And salute of that, I suppose. I will be doing an honor shots to Dylan Cooper and whatever his child may look like. May God have mercy on their soul. And
Hopefully, she looks like me, and I'll never have to worry about a boyfriend. We'll be
and
good.
then also to Gabe, Beth, and Josh for just doing this like amazing stuff in the community. Thank you so much, guys. I'm going to be taking a shot here of some apple pie moonshine. This is from a local distillery here in Kentucky called Jetha Creek, and it's pretty damn good.
Yay
It
to
is
those guys.
the best apple pie moonshine I've ever had in my life. I've only had a couple, but like, what's the big one?
But man, it's at the fucking top.
Oh, it's so good. What's the moonshine place that most people drink? Old
The
Smoky.
big, yeah, Old Smoky.
Yeah, this is like 6 times better than Old Smoky apple pie moonshine. Gotta bring
Which
it.
honestly, I think Old Smoky is overrated.
I kind of agree with that.
I think
Uh,
they're not even the best one in Gatlinburg.
yes, that's actually true. I would also agree with that as well. But this is better than the two in Gatlinburg I had. So, what are you drinking this week?
So, I went on a little adventure. I found a new store called Total Wine, which has more than just wine.
Half
It
the
has
people
beer.
in the U.S. are like, okay.
So let me break this place down for you. It's big and it's cheap. Those are my two favorite things.
Mhm.
So I found a nice German style Pilsner called
Oof.
the Hessian Horseman
I love some
by
German pilsners.
Burnham Brewing. And I gotta tell you, oh shit, these people are from Indiana, Michigan
Oh,
City, Indiana.
very nice.
Yeah, it's really good. There's the can. Check
Logo.
it out sometime if you ever fucking see it. But it's good. Big fan.
Big fan of German pilsners. I'm drinking some wine. I'm also a big fan of wine. I have not been to this winery. My girlfriend went to this winery, and typically I get ports. I think ports are very quickly becoming my favorite wine. But we're out today. So this is called Black Dog Blues from Prodigy Winery down here in Lexington, Kentucky. It is a fruit wine because that's what my girlfriend drinks exclusively. And it's pretty good. It's like very similar to a port, which is why I kind of went with it.
Nice. Oh, I forgot the fucking with all the shout outs. I forgot our own social media.
We're running through all this stuff today,
Yes,
aren't we?
on Twitter at Heresy Lodge. That's where you will find our. You can see some samples of the merch. I posted some of those, and you can find Beth on there. Check her out. Our Discord is pinned to the top there. You can email us at theheresylodge@gmail.com. We're on the YouTube. Like, subscribe, comment. Is it the email?
Yeah.
Theheresylodge@gmail.com. Those are the things.
It's theheresylodge@gmail.com. We've now said it 3 times. We
The
can't miss it.
Heresylodge@gmail.com.
Vulcan lives. Oh, so if you've made it through that entire segment of pre stuff, we are now ready to jump into the story.
Yes. So last week we ended right before Templar. So if you were to guess, Templar has to be about the one and only Sigismund.
I like Sigismund. I just bought his book, so I now have the Sigismund book. I'm eager to read it at some point.
You know, I want to like Sigismund more than I do. Because sometimes he just seems like I don't know, maybe it's just a short story that like rubbed on me that I was like, this dude's just kind of a fucking weirdo. Like, he was just like spacing out and shit in this story, and they're like,
Yeah.
bro, will you fucking answer? Then like 20 minutes later, it's like, no.
Yeah.
What?
One thing I don't understand about Sigismund's character is it talks about how great of a warrior he is, but many times Sigismund is like, no, I'm just really lucky. And then you read the books and you're like, oh, dude, this guy's actually just really lucky.
Yeah.
Like, there's really not a lot that he does that is just like mind boggling. But one of the cool things about this story is it did talk a little bit about some of the fighting that he did with a couple legionnaires prior to the Horus Heresy and like the fighting pits and stuff. The first one we get is Jubal Khan from the Path of Heaven story and Scars. And that was a lot of fun because, you know, the White Scars, they have their mentality of fighting's supposed to be fun, it's supposed to be humorous. and he's like laughing during the fight, and Sigismund's like, man, white scars are weird.
What is fucking wrong with this guy? And like literally like Jabal's like entire time he's just trying to fucking cut the chain that is holding Sigismund's sword to his arm.
Yeah, he wraps a chain around to hold it. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, and Jabal's like making fun of him. He's like, the sword must be free. You're a little bitch. Let me show you what it's like to be man.
Yes, that's exactly the accent Jubal has.
It's the best I can do at this time.
Yes. They're based off of the Mongolian culture. That's how they talk.
100%.
You're a very traveled and well-versed man. Don't you
I have one accent, and I don't do it well.
So then he goes and talks about the time he like fought Karn, and it's kind of funny there too because he brings up his fight with Jubal. He's like, "Yeah, I kept being all weird," and Karn is like, "Yeah, the white scars are weird."
And then there's a fucking Iron Hand somewhere. Like, man, those guys are real fucking weird.
Really weird. I'm so glad that we haven't read about Iron Hands in a minute. It's been a minute, and I've enjoyed every last second of freedom. But we got to see those two fighting pit styles. Karn talks a little bit about how he is really concerned for any time he fights Sigismund that he doesn't have like all of these chains holding him down, all of his like I don't know, maybe morals is kind of where he was going with it, or like his rules of engagement, essentially. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Karn was like, yeah, when that happens, you'll kill anyone. I did a little brief like skim through of the Sigismund book. Like literally went to like 3 random pages, and at one point he does fight Servitor, and I'm very excited for that.
Oh,
Oh.
I'm intrigued.
The dog is
Sorry,
also
my dog is
intrigued.
also like, what the fuck? He gets to fight Servitor?
Fucking sick. So yeah, that was an interesting little thing. But this whole thing is about him trying to take down that icon that the word bearers put on a comet. Now, how does that go?
It goes exactly how it's supposed to go.
It's 100% how you would expect a word bearers thing to happen. The first thing they do is kill themselves.
And they're like, what?
It's so true. So we're gonna go kill some word bears. They'll be dead when we get there. But it's about what happens after.
You know, they should really just start sending like decoy ships and just let them all kill themselves. And like, all right, well, we didn't do anything, but good job.
Sir, we have to go kill some word bears. Let's just tell them we're coming and they'll be dead. We'll go somewhere else.
if we actually show up, some like weird shit's gonna happen. But if we don't, they're just gonna kill themselves. It'll be
There'll
awesome.
be a demon there to do nothing. He's gonna be
God damn it! They did it again.
Yeah, so that was an interesting story. There was really no context, no other meat to that other than like they had a human there that was discussing whether or not Sigismund had killed a space marine before, and Sigismund had not.
I think this was our first introduction to pretty important Imperial Fist, though.
Who was this?
Fafnir.
Fafnir?
Yeah. I don't think we've been introduced to him before.
Is he important?
He has a model, so I'm assuming so.
Fafnir's got a model. Trainwreck's gonna be so pissed. Fafnir, you fucking idiot! How do you not fucking know who Fafnir is?
That's his favorite character. So
really?
Yeah, he's gonna be pissed.
So yeah, because this
the
Fafnir...
fucking pitchfork is ready and it's flaming.
Oh no! I'm gonna get private messages. He's gonna act
How
like
the
mom
fuck?
again. Your mom is very disappointed that he's having a Fafnir. Yeah, I have no idea who this character is. He was a side character in this story.
I liked him though in the story. He actually seemed like an Imperial Fist with a personality. I was like, wait a minute, that exists?
So his mindset was like, Sigismund, you're really good at fighting battles, but not winning wars.
Yeah, he's like kind of a bitch, dude. Then he like saves his life at one point. He's like, you're fucking welcome. Get your fucking head in the game.
At one point, yeah, I remember like the human was like kind of talking shit about Sigismund. And then Fafnir's like, you can't do that. He's a piece of shit. And he was like, wait, you just talk shit about him. I was like, yeah, I know, I can't. I'm allowed to talk shit about him.
I've earned the right to talk shit.
Yeah, interesting. Well, that's a new character, 5 new. All right, yeah. Out of all the characters, he was the most enjoyable one. But Sigismund, man, like, I'm just such a sucker for like any writer that writes in like this is the most powerful fighter, yada yada. Like when I was watching Game of Thrones, I was like doing the whole ranking systems, who could beat who, yada yada. I do the same thing in Warhammer. I'm like, who is it? Is it Servitor? Is it Sigismund? Is it Karn? But Ahriman just mind blow him away. Like I think about that a lot.
The answer is Sevatar every time.
Mm-hmm. I agree. So that was Templar. Any other thing you want to add to that?
I don't think so. Imperial Fist are Imperial Fists,
And word bearers are definitely word bearers.
God damn right, and that was about what you would expect out of these two.
Yeah, 100%.
The next one we have Distant Echoes of Old Nights.
Remind me.
I also need reminded. Let's.
Could be about Loken.
Every World Maker and the.
So not this.
Was this the weird one with Death Guard, maybe?
Oh yeah, the Death Guard. Oh, this was the one.
This is the one that we made fun of
line.
the random Marines.
My favorite line in the entire.
Oh yes.
is in this. So this episode, or this not this episode, this short story was, in my opinion, a very weak short story. Pertained to literally nothing. It was a bunch of Death Guard with a Death Guard chaplain, which apparently exists. It's very hilarious to me that the concept of the chaplain is to keep the morality of the of the Legion. And the Death Guard have one. But they went in with like this like destructive force, whatever they're called, the destroyers.
Yeah, the Destroyer Squad or whatever that have bad weapons that are supposed to be so inhumane. The Death Guard have a fucking dude that's made out of fuck
virus bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
inhumane.
They go in to kill some Imperial fists, and the Death Guard throw like a grenade that has phosphex in it. And the chaplain, who the military genius of this is phenomenal. The chaplain's like, "Oh, you idiots! We were supposed to go down there, and now we're all gonna die to phosphex fire because we have to go down there."
Yeah, that was so fucking.
Why didn't you tell us that? He's like, "Oh well, I don't know.
I didn't think you would be stupid enough to throw phosphex in there."
I realized we had to like go into this one specific room. So it was kind of funny though, because while they were trying to preach, it wasn't kind of funny. I literally laughed out loud. The only time I've ever laughed out loud at any horse. They were like reaching it, so the people inside are the Imperial Fist, and it's a downed ship that they're trying to get into right now.
Something like that.
Ship had crashed on the planet. They're trying to break into it. They're trying to get in, and some random Death Guard guy goes, "This place is locked up. Tired of the Dorn's puckered ass cheeks."
10 out of 10 line.
Who wrote this? Who wrote this?
This one was written by, I think it's Rob Sanders.
What a fucking winner. You know, Rob Sanders put this in, and Lori is like, fine. That is so amazing. And the reason I like that so much is because that's exactly how these space marines would fucking talk.
Yeah, it is.
That is 100% how they would talk. Knowing soldiers, the way they kind of communicate with each other, all the movies you've seen and everything, like they would definitely be like talking shit about Primarchs all the fucking time, other legions, finding random analogies and things to say just like that. And so that was,
I mean, just think of like the US military, like literally every branch makes fun of another branch.
exactly.
Except for the Air Force. The Air Force doesn't have anything.
The Air Force doesn't participate because they know they're better.
Like, bro, we don't even we just drop a bomb and we leave. Why?
Apparently.
Get off our dick. I don't know.
We're going to get plenty of messages about that too.
How dare you?
You monsters. So that was a very funny story. They ended up having to go in the prospects, and literally everyone died, but the
Yeah.
chaplain maybe. Did the chaplain die?
I think they all died.
Yeah, not important to the story. They ended up finding. So the reason they went in there was it to kill one of Malfador's knight errants.
They found a knight errant in there. Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
All right, that's that story.
That is that story. Next one is
10 out of 10 personal enjoyment for that one line.
the Gray Angel.
Gray Angel. This could be so many of them. I don't even know.
This one is John French.
Blood Angel.
This prisoner involved in as Kurt. Oh, this is when Acton Cruz and
Loken.
Loken are on.
Caliban. This was so fucking confusing to me.
I don't know. I still don't know who it was.
Yeah,
It's
so
supposed to be.
Cypher.
Makes no sense.
Yeah, it makes no. This is so confusing. The whole Caliban, specifically Cypher, makes no sense to me, and what that is like. What's going on there? So basically, the story Loken and Acme Cruz go down to like investigate whether or not Caliban they're on the side of the loyalists or the traitors. Concept, really cool concept. But it's executed in a weird way where Loken's just kind of being intimidated by Luther.
Yeah.
Or interrogated, and it's like doesn't go anywhere. The interrogation doesn't reveal anything interesting.
Although it seems like, I mean, Loken figured out. He's like, I don't think he's with the Imperium right now.
But for no, I don't understand his reasoning. He just kind of had like a vague. He was like, I've been around traitors enough to know you smell like a traitor. What a hunch.
The thing is, though, because I think he like, they don't know that Horus has betrayed them yet. I don't think.
Who?
The Imperium. I don't think Luther knows yet.
Yeah, he does. He
Did
knew.
he? I thought they mentioned that he didn't at this time.
No, he does know. Loken did not know if he knew, but at this point he does know. This is after Angels of Caliban. Yeah, not Angels of Caliban. Sorry, this is after Descent of Angels. No, fuck, Fall of Angels.
I think it's Fallen Angels.
Fallen Angels. Yeah, it's
Jesus Christ! I've only said it 12 times, but fucking one is it?
I'm sorry, you keep saying all I hear is angels. I'm like, that doesn't narrow it down.
The fallen fucking angels.
Yeah, so I think he knows at this point. If I was Loken, you know what I would have just fucking done?
Shot him in the head.
I would have just been like, yeah, I'm for Horus and see what Luther did.
Yeah.
Problem solved. So he's like, you're a traitor. I'm going to kill you. I'm like, oh, well, you passed my test. Congratulations. I don't know. I think it's weird. But they end up getting saved by who we are assuming is Cypher.
Yeah.
But we think Cypher's evil. He helps Luther.
He helps Luther, and he had like weird motives in that one short story. I think it was a short story. Maybe it was the maybe it was the end of Fallen Angel. He like leads the Herial.
That one short story where he goes and finds the Omnibius.
I don't remember.
They're like walking down a tunnel.
He seems sketchy as fuck though.
They're walking down a tunnel, and then like Kiefer's like, "I'm gonna run," and then Zahar's like,
yeah, that
"Why'd
was
you
weird.
run?" The Omnibius. It's like cool. Well, interesting. I have no idea what just happened or why people did what they did, but yeah, I'm still confused. The short story didn't clarify Cypher in any way.
Not at all.
Next one.
Next, we have Lost Sons.
Oh, this is the one about the Blood Angels. This one's kind of fucking cool.
I agree.
So in this story, Rubio, who we know this person, Tylus Rubio, is a knight errant. He was in Garro. He was in Vengeful Spirit. He arrives at Ball, where Sanguinius had left 20 Space Marines, Blood Angels behind to defend Ball. And Talos Rubio's like, look, Primarch's dead, your Legion's dead, you now belong to the fucking Imperium. That's pretty much exactly what happened.
That's exactly, which fucking, they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah, it was really interesting. And basically they were like, well, we're still going to be Blood Angels. They talked about how they got delivered a letter that was like, by the way, this letter means you're no longer you. Your ass belongs to me. Is basically what the letter was. And they talked about how that letter had been delivered twice before to the two other legions. So we know that there were some survivors from both of the other two legions. Interesting.
Can't wait till they open. Like, you are now an Ultramarine. Congratulations. Like, God damn it.
You've been promoted to Ultramarine. We're gonna send you to Calp.
Ah, no.
Oh shit.
Son of a bitch.
Where you will be taking part in a multitude of short stories in which no one will remember your name.
Yep, and don't worry, you're gonna fucking die.
For no reason. So stuff gets intense, like they're about to kill each other, and then boom, news gets delivered. Rowlwarn sends a message to the warp. So I'm assuming that this is taking place sometime near possibly Ruinstorm or Angels of Caliban. So very excited about maybe hearing the other side of that. But that's kind of cool. The funniest part of the story, though, is these 20 Blood Angels are like, we're going to continue to be Blood Angels. Tell us where Horus is so we can kill him. Okay.
You know, I feel like the concept.
What?
I feel like the concept of just like, isn't really that great.
You're cutting out on me. Something is not really that great.
Leaving 20.
Leaving 20. Yeah. What are 20 going to do? All the 20 Space Marines could take over a planet, apparently. I disagree.
Apparently.
Yeah, I disagree with that. I don't think it's that big a deal. It's more like an honor guard. You know, like there must always be a Stark and Winterfell kind of deal.
Yeah, I still feel like should not leave.
You're cutting out on me big time now.
Get better internet.
Huh? No, my internet's primo, champ.
Fucking sound like it.
Yeah, it's a weird situation to only leave 20 people, but it's what it is. That was an interesting story. I love when Rubio was like, I'm gonna kill 20 Blood Angels. I would have loved to have seen it. I would love to watch that, but I doubt it. Do you think Rubio could have killed 20 Blood Angels?
There's no way, right?
No way. I mean, he's a psyker, but 20 Blood Angels?
I don't know. I have a hard time, like, I mean, he's no fucking, like, Sigismund or Sevatar.
He's not Skarkus' hand.
That's for goddamn sure.
that is for damn sure.
That guy no personality.
100 Blood Angels with his mouth alone.
Okay. Oh, you got fucking things? I'll show you things, you fucking vampire bitches.
That's probably exactly what he would say too.
I'm Skarskin.
I really think he's my top 5 favorite characters.
He's just so ridiculous. I love it.
Okay, what's the next one?
Next we go on to Child of Night.
Child of Night. This is definitely the Night Lord one, right? The Night Lord Librarian.
I think so. Yes.
Child of Night is a band.
It is indeed the librarian of the Night Lords who's like, yo, fuck that legion.
Yeah, so this guy was a Terran-born Night Lord but he talked about his childhood on Terra, which was fucked up.
Yeah, it seems like I mean, we talked about this during Outcast Dead. Like Terra doesn't seem like a great place.
Terra sucks.
Yeah, yeah, it
Like
does. And
it makes so much sense to me why the Emperor was so cool with Conrad, because he was like, yeah, this is actually how life is. Like you're a product of everything that makes sense.
yeah, but and it also just brings up like what I said during Outcast Dead. Like, if you can't even control your own fucking homework,
Yeah,
how do you expect to control billions of other?
100%. It's so weird to think about how shitty the Imperium. I don't know. It's just
And like this shit happens right outside the fucking gates.
right out there in like complete darkness, and so he basically the concept of the story is this Night Lord. I thought that he was a part of the Crusader host. That's not the case.
Nope.
This is a Night Lord librarian that's just walking around
It's
because
like, man, this guy sucked. I did not want to spend any more time with him.
100%. So he was a Terranborn. He became a Night Lord. He started fucking up people by like, and by people I mean he started fucking up Imperial people that he didn't like what they were doing morally.
Yeah.
That was a really cool like dude having a dream within a dream within a dream situation
Yeah.
that this dude was doing to him. Then he went and fought with Servitor. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, that was very. Although it seemed really out of character of Sevatar,
I agree.
which I did not like, because it made Sevatar like seem like a
Doesn't
douchey
care about
guy.
anything. Doesn't care about
Yeah,
anything. Yeah. So
which is like
basically,
the opposite.
the way this story works is it kind of he's being hunted, and then he reveals his past to his hunter, and part of that is his childhood. The other part is him interrogating the officer, and the last one is this conversation with Sevatar after the council in IKEA, and he's talking to Sevatar, and he's like, "Hey, like, what are we doing now? Like, what do we do?" Sevatar's like, "I don't really fucking care." Go do whatever you want. And this guy gets really pissed at Sevatar. He's like, "You're destroying our legion." And Sevatar beats the shit out of him.
Yeah, which is just very unlike Sevatar. I feel like normal Sevatar would be like, bro, this legion's dog shit.
Yeah, he would have been like, he probably would have been like, "Dude, like, keep doing your psychic shit. It's working out. I don't care."
I don't even know your name, dude. How are you?
But instead, Sevatar attacks him, and then he attacks Sevatar. He's about to beat Sevatar, and then Sevatar uses his little mind shit and fucks up this librarian. It's basically what I got from it, right? He did
Yeah,
use
I
his
agree.
psychic powers, and then the legionary Sevatar excommunicados him. He's like, "You're no longer a part of the Night Lord's Legion. Get out of here."
Which doesn't sound like Sevatar either.
And this guy's like, "Well, what about the rest of the librarians?" Sevatar's like, "I don't give a fuck. I don't care." Like, but the Emperor said, I don't fucking care what the Emperor said." Is he gonna show up to my door tomorrow and tell me that I didn't ban the librarians enough? I don't know. Like, who cares?
Also, I'm not dad.
Yes. So he gets excommunicado. So this dude is literally just a Night Lord's librarian walking around Terra for fun. That's what's happening.
Well, I guess I'll go home and fuck off, I guess.
I don't know, that's where I'm gonna head. So yeah, that was that story. I thought it was kind of cool. I always like seeing Sevatar. He's always a badass.
At the end, doesn't he get picked up by Malcador?
Yes, at the end, the guy's like, "I'm not even here to kill you. Why did you just give me through all that?"
He's like, God
And
damn Night Lords, why?
it's like, "I wasn't even gonna kill you, man. You just need to come with me. I'm bringing you to Malcador." And he's like, "Oh, okay."
Well, now you know my life.
I thought you were gonna kill me there for a second. Nope, wasn't even in the plans. But we went through that whole
Bro, I got a
thing.
fucking las pistol.
That's a good point.
All right, next we have Luna Mendax.
No Mindax.
Trying to remember what happened in this one.
That is the one where Tarek visits Loken.
Oh,
This was
the
actually
prequel.
this is a prequel. This is like a fucking sequel within a sequel within a prequel. Man, is this by Graham? It's gotta be.
Yeah.
Of course, it's by Graham. No, it was a good story. I really enjoyed
I
reading
did
the
enjoy the
story.
story.
But it's just so funny to think about. Okay, Graham's like, I've got to write the Vengeful Spirit, but I need to write it in like 2,000 pages. So what we're gonna do is 600 pages are gonna be the book, and then the rest are gonna be a bunch of short stories that have before and after, and that is just 100% how that went. Because damn, this was a lot. But this is literally Loken on Titan. Um, he's fixing up this garden. He gets visited by the ghost of Tarek Torgadon, who is very Tarek Torgadon in this short
Yes.
story. He
Yeah,
just
I enjoyed
making
him.
light of everything, being a jokester. He's at one point, Logan's like, "You're dead." Tarek's like, "Could be worse." He's like, "How could it be worse?" He's like, I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, there's some weird shit going on around here.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah, but this entire story was just basically Tarek convincing Loken to get back into the fight. But it was, you'd think like that's not very much to make an interesting story, but it was very interesting. Um, Loken's lost his marbles and he's regaining his marbles slowly, regaining his memories, and that was kind of part of it. And Tarek's just such a good written character that it was kind of fun to go back to that. This short story, because he talked about how he's Cerberus, and I really wish, the only thing I wish that this would have changed is Tarek to go, well, that's really fucking stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like Watchdog of the Underworld, huh? Okay.
Yeah, he said makes sense. I wish he
Yeah.
wouldn't have said makes sense. I wish he would have been, that's really dumb.
That's fucking lame.
I come on, man. That's really silly.
You couldn't think of a better name. You're a
Uh,
three-headed dog. Woof, woof,
he said wolf 3 times. Yeah, but other than that, it was interesting. This did make me hope. I really do hope that this is a thing. That Loken becomes the main character of a lot of the siege. I think that would be cool.
I'm gonna say probably.
I would like that because it's kind of like you start with Loken, you end with Loken. Like it would be cool if he was the main character for the last book. Since he was,
I can see that. I just Dan writing it.
yeah, just kind of like his perspective of what's going on. But the whole Cerberus thing needs to be dropped quick. It needs to be Loken again.
You know what? I'm. That just made me think about this. I wonder what the timeline is. The other short story where he met Iacton, because did he not know Iacton was even alive until Vengeful Spirit when they went and picked him?
Are you? This is definitely that was definitely before Vengeful Spirit because this short story happens after that short story because it talks about how he returned from Caliban and gave the news to Dorn.
Yeah. So did they not know?
And
Did
this
he
short
not know
story is
about
before
him
Vengeful Spirit.
in Vengeful Spirit?
I think you're right. I think the Vengeful Spirit did say, "Damn it, Graham! Stop writing these terrible plot holes. Stop it. Just move on. Move past this era of
Get past Vengeful Spirit.
just
God
move
damn it.
past it, Graham. Why are you still focused on? You're making more problems than previously existed. Oh
Yeah, at
gosh.
least we fixed Outcast Dead in this book.
Yeah, Outcast Dead was fixed, and we created a whole new plot hole.
Oh
But
fuck.
it's okay. We'll move past it. Iacton's dead.
For now. He might be a fucking ghost too. In Loken's head.
Yeah, it's all in Loken's head. This entire thing.
The
He got
heresy
hit.
doesn't even exist. It's
He got
all
hit
just Loken's dream.
really hard in the head in the first chapter, and that's what's happening.
He's actually still on that first planet.
Very end of the siege, he wakes up. Holy shit! You're not gonna believe what I just witnessed.
I'm a psyker.
So Fulgrim put shit up his ass.
And then he was like, "No, I'm just fucking with you. That was for a good time. I ain't a demon."
I'm a demon. So yeah, it was great. It was great. So that was that choice story. I thought that was very good. There was a lot of analogies with the garden and Loken's past. It was very well written conversation. It reminded me a little bit of The Last Church, where it was just almost like it was a play, like literally like a one scene play, and it was very good. I like those a lot.
So our next one is patience. This is the Garro story.
Just a little patience.
Chilling after killing a demon.
I have more respect for Garro as time goes on. Garro's kind of a G.
He is a G.
He is a G. So this is
He is in Garro.
he is the G. He's the OG, some would say. So this is the aftermath of the story earlier on, where the Sister of Silence, ex-Sister of Silence, ordered exterminatus on a planet. The same Death Guard captain that was with her goes back onto the planet after it's been blown up to kill a few people, but he's really going to find Garro because apparently those people summoned a demon, and Garro's like, "I'm gonna go fucking kill that thing." Don't know where Garro was during the entire first part of the story, but he came out of nowhere and was like, "I'm gonna fucking kill that demon."
Yep. And then he kills the demon and literally just chills until more people shows up.
While getting bombarded from outer space. So like bombs going off around him. Garro's fighting this demon. None of this is in the story, by the way. It would have been really cool, but that's not a part of it.
Yeah.
This guy shows up and he feels this connection with Garro. He's like, "Yeah, I'm from the Death Guard." Garro's like, "I know."
I remember.
Yeah.
Shit.
There's this moment that it kind of seems like Garro, the reason the Death Guard stayed for so long is because Garro didn't trust them. So he may have told the sisters, like, "I don't know about the rest of the Death Guard." You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, kind of just took a ship that he just happened to be on.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be people that they're like, these guys will be on ours.
Some of them were traitors too.
Yeah.
You had to kill Grugalor, which came back as a virus bombing demon.
Not to mention the Lord of Flies.
Yeah, and that was his friend. So Gar was like, "I don't fucking know about the rest. I can't vouch for him. I'm not gonna put
Those fuckers are wild.
my reputation will not go any further than this." So it ends in this crazy scene where like this dragon demon comes back to life, and Gar's like, "Let's kill it together." That's how it ends.
Yeah.
It
Because
just
like, the guy
says,
shows up, he's like, what are you doing? He's like, patience, young one. You will
that's very
see
Yoda.
my great vision. So, he's huh? Hey.
My great vision you will see.
Yeah, then the demon comes to life. He's like, let's kill. We killed together.
Yeah, so they murder this thing together. It was and that's all it was said. It was like at the end of No Fear. It was like, and it was the greatest space battle you've ever seen.
We've never seen a fight with a demon that went like this.
Trust us. It was nuts. Had to have been there. Wish you were. Yep, so that was the Garro story.
And our last one.
Oh, our last one?
Watcher.
This might be my favorite one. This is the one with the Space Wolves going to the Night Lords. Do you remember this one? You don't? This is the one. Okay, this is what I think of. This is what I think of when I see the story. You know how Lehman Russ sent out guards to go watch all of the legions.
That's not this one. This one says a shuttle returned to the solar system bearing the sole survivor of a traitor attack. However, delirious and close to death, his tail remains on the basin of the errants. Library. Delves into. Oh, okay, yeah. He reads his mind. This knight errant reads the mind of the space.
Oh, of the Space Wolf?
Maybe. I don't know.
Yes, you're right. He does. He does. That's correct. Because I remember they're like walking amongst all the bodies and he finds one that's very injured. So he goes and reads his mind. Yeah. And they're like, oh, is this orcs? He's like, I don't think this is orcs.
Yeah.
Fucking great story. So in my mind, when Lehman Russ is like, I'm going to send out some dogs, some wolves to every single legion other than the ones that we know betrayed us at Isfahan. 3, not 5, 3. So you wonder, okay, what happened to the wolves that went to Porto Rabo? What happened to the wolves that went to the Alpha Legion, to the World Eaters, and to the Night Lords and the Word Bearers? Well, we know what happened to the wolves that went to the Alpha Legion. This tells us about the Night Lords, which in my mind is going to be the most interesting one. And it fucking
Honestly, it's the one that makes it went exactly how I would expect it to go.
100%. It was so Night Lordish.
And honestly, I could see this happening if they didn't turn too.
Yeah. Yeah, like even if they were loyal, like this is probably what would happen.
Fuck you and your dog. I'm gonna kill you.
They show up, Night Lord ship's there. They keep asking, requesting to land, and the Night Lords are just like silent. They open the doors, so they go in, they land. These guys come out. There's all the night, like hundreds of Night Lords, and Conrad Kurz are just kind of standing there, fully armored. And Space Wolf's like, "Hey, so we were like sent by Malkador. I know this is crazy, but to watch you guys because stuff's going on, you know. So like it's just kind of like his eyes and stuff. You kind of get what I'm saying, and nothing. Like they're just completely silent. You have Conrad Kirsch just sitting there, like looking at him, and he goes, "We're just here to like to observe, you know." Again, nothing. And then Conrad Kirsch just smiles. And then they just fucking slaughter him. Like they just
If
go
I saw
and go.
like Conrad Curse, I'd be like, guys, retreat, retreat, retreat,
Run
retreat.
the fuck away. It was the most night. They didn't say anything. They didn't do anything. They were just like, it's almost like they were like strolling along in space, and someone came like, "Oh, kill me," and the Nightlords are like, "Wow, how convenient!" Like we were just about to kill a bunch of you, so that's awesome. Like, thank you for showing up at our doorstep. That was
serial killer picking up a hitchhiker.
so funny.
Came to me.
So like they went through and talked about how so like various different legions, right, had to get rid of their not or their loyal parts, right? So the Board Bearers used Cal to kill the hatred between the Ultramarines. And Porto Rabo had to fight at his home planet, and everyone else had Isban 3. It's like, what about the Night Lords? That was no. They all.
Bro, we fucking suck.
No, trust us. We wanted to do this years ago.
We don't even trust each other.
Just for fun. Like, if you wanted me to kill everybody that wasn't loyal to me, we wouldn't have a legion. So this is what
was
you got.
Isfahan 5 was like step number 1 for us.
Yeah, like we actually did that 3 times without the Imperium knowing. I blew up my own planet. Like, you didn't see that?
I mean, Dorn still has a thing up his ass about it. He's scared.
Yeah, and like he's probably got more things up his ass about it than Fulgrim does. And you know how much he loves putting things up his ass. So that was the book. It was pretty bad in my opinion overall.
There's like a few good stories, but man, beginning made it really rough, and then there was like not enough for me to be like, yeah, that was good. It was like ugh.
Yeah, and it wasn't the big issue that I had. So we've had so many fucking anthologies recently, and we're just coming off the high of Path to Heaven. It like this book put me in a rut. Put me in a rut for sure.
I'm told next few books are supposed to be really good.
I'm very excited for it. I've already started to read the next book. It's okay so far. It has like a lot of highs and lows so far in the first like 5 chapters, but we'll see. Like I don't really want the author to explain to me the entire structure of the military of the Dark Angels. I just don't give a fuck about that.
Amen to
They
that.
do go into an entire chapter of the military breakdown of the Dark Angels and their structure, and I'm just like, why are we doing it? But that's fine. Everything else has been okay.
Yeah. I think like POD should be good. I think that's what
I'm
we get
very
some.
excited for Praetorian Dawn because I have the fucking book. Finally, I have it physically.
Yeah,
So
that'd be
that's
good.
so. The book. What's your personal enjoyment ranking?
Oh. But there's probably like 3 or 4 stories I actually liked out of like
16.
16. Not a very high number.
No, I'd say I would give this a personal enjoyment of 3.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say 2. Two's
Yeah, I
big.
felt the same. I was like, man, it's not like
It's not like Outcast Dead. I'll tell you what, I'd rather read fucking Damnation of Pythos in this book any day of the week.
just because Damnation of Pythos wasn't bad.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Damnation of Pythos wasn't bad. I don't know why people are so upset about it.
But man, the Purge was fucking bad. Jesus Christ, that was terrible.
That was,
I actually like the Sigilite. That was
yeah, the Rosetta Stone is very important.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Poison the Heresy, you could skip this one.
I wish we would have skipped.
Yeah, it's very.
Sometimes like we go like through these books and I'm like, man, I wish we could have skipped this book. And
I
then, like
can't.
we have people who like will like message us in the Discord, be like, man, I'm glad you guys read these because I can't. I don't want to fucking do it. I'm like, ah.
We'll take the
Same.
sacrifice. But there, I cannot wait to get through the entire siege and just kind of like, I'm expecting us to have like 3 or 4 special episodes at the end of the whole thing, just to be like, hey, this is our Primarch rankings, this is this, yada yada, and then I definitely want to do it. What books are skippable?
Yes, we definitely. I want to
Like
fuck the pie chart or the fucking like line
flow
graph
chart.
chart that they
Yeah,
have. Fuck that shit. I will tell you exactly what you need to read.
yeah. We're gonna do like the most streamlined version, the most enjoyable version, and of course you can read them all if you want to. But at this point, I would not suggest reading them all. No way, shape, or form. Like
The
it's been.
worst part is too, though, like there's so many short stories that are like important to other books.
Yeah. What's frustrating about this whole thing is like, if you really think about it, the writing in itself isn't like it's never bad. Like we talk so much shit about the authors. It's so true. Like I'm honestly scared to get an author.
I love Graham.
I love Graham. I love Graham.
Yeah.
Graham, if you're
Next
listening,
year, if he goes to
you're
Gen
fucking
Con,
good.
like I want to see Graham. I want to have
Yeah.
a beer with Graham.
Absolutely. But like the thing is, they're amazing writers. All of them are amazing writers. But when you're reading 52 books, like at a point you got to look at Adam and be like, guys, why did you do this? Why did you do this to me? This is so terrible. It's the same relationship that Warhammer players have with GW, which is a perfect segue.
Yes.
How much time we got left here?
We got at least 7 minutes.
7 minutes. Okay. I do have a little bit of tabletop drama. I did go to a tournament last weekend. I also have something to admit.
Oh, yeah, you mentioned there was another cheater.
Yes, there was another cheat last weekend, but I do want to admit to some mistakes that I made. I did play a TTS game yesterday. Raptor, if you're listening, I'm very sorry. I made a rules mistake. It wasn't an intentional cheat, but it was a rules mistake. I feel bad. I fell back with my Tau, and then I fired, and I exploded my guns because I went Kalyong. But you can't fall back and explode your guns in Kalyong. They don't.
Cheating sack of shit.
Don't think it would have changed the game, but I feel bad about it. Sometimes those rule mistakes do happen. But let me explain to you a situation in which I know for a fact that this person fucking cheated. There's a big difference between not forgetting rules because, like, come on, like you look at Cal Young in the book, and it's like 2 paragraphs of rules, and I'm like, sometimes.
Oh, you can't remember 2 paragraphs, sir? That's like
Well,
6 sentences.
If that was the total of the rules, then yes, I think I would have it nailed down pretty hard. But if it's one rule subset of the 35 different rules, I'm always trying to like make sure I'm on top of it. I've actually found the longer I play Tau, the more that you know about the Tau, the weaker they are. So every time I see like Tau winning GTs, I'm like, I actually highly question it. So I'm like, Tau are insanely complex the more I played it. People are like, no, Tau are easy, you should point and shoot. It's just not true. That means that whoever's playing it is probably cheating because there's so many restrictions to shit that you have to do in Tau. It's insane. But anyway, here's an example of something that somebody absolutely cheated 100%. Now, did he win the game? Yes, I think he won the game. I don't think there's anything I could have done. Um, if he would have followed all the rules, maybe would have went differently. But I had a mistake. I did make a mistake, guys. Let me tell you right now. If you're playing some competitive 40K, I'm gonna say this as a blanket statement. No, it's not 100% accurate, but never take assassinate. Assassinate is such a fucking trap. It is such a trap. It depends, obviously, like if they take a bunch of characters that want to get into combat with you and want to rush you, that's fine. But I took assassinate. I didn't kill any characters. He just literally was like, okay, my characters aren't important. I'll just keep them in the back the whole time. Good luck. That's what happened. But where'd the cheating come in? I'll start with he was playing Gene Stealer Colts. Now, I'm obviously most people aren't familiar with Gene Stealer Colts, including me, because they're just not very popular.
Hey, I played against them before.
You did play against them before. That's like one of the 3 armies you played against that wasn't me.
The only army I've played against that isn't you.
That's very sad, Dylan. You need to get out there more.
I know, it's fucking making time in my life.
Yep. So they have very interesting mechanics. But one of the things they do is they put down these markers, and that's where they're going to appear. Whether it's not they go first or you go first, it's in the first turn that they appear. Well, he put down the markers. I moved. And then when he went to go reveal, he said, okay, now all these markers are going to go into reserve. Can't do that. That's not.
Yeah, once they're there,
Once they're there, you have to deploy them. No, he just kind of picked the markers up and like they're just going to start off the table.
That doesn't make sense.
It's not a thing. I had no idea. I didn't know the rules of Gene Stealer Colts. He then deployed his trucks, big buggies, turn 1 out of reinforcements. You can't do that as Gene Stealer Colts. There's no way to arrive out of reinforcements turn 1. And their reinforcement thing is underground. You can't arrive underground turn 1. It's turn 2 and beyond. So that was a cheat. He arrived, blew up my plane, did a bunch of stuff. Could the game gone very differently if he didn't do all that turn 1? Probably. Probably a big difference. Like if he starts with all that stuff off the table and doesn't destroy a lot of stuff, that's a big difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, he also made up a CP rule, made up a strat, made up a strat. He appeared amazing play. Appeared 3 inches away, right into my deployment zone with all these guys, and the closest enemy that they could target was my commander. Now, luckily, I had a commander and enforcer. He had 20 dudes shoot directly at the commander, and he lived.
I mean, I know they can I think they have like a less than 9-inch.
But 3 inches.
I think it's like 6.
No, so there's an ability they can give to 1 unit.
Yeah.
Now, the way he described it was incorrect. He said that 1 unit can arrive 3 inches away, any of my units. It's an ability you give to 1 unit in particular. So it's like literally one specific unit. So he could have like told me that, but it's fine. It's not that big a deal. Because at one point he's like measuring. He's like, I can arrive 3 inches away from this unit. There was no way 20 units could have fit in there. Like 20 models. There's no way. But I had no idea. I thought he could arrive with anybody. So I had to like make adjustments. It wasn't even a problem because like only one particular unit, and it was a big 20-man squad, could arrive 3 inches away. But he did. He did it very, very skillfully. He was a good player at certain things.
Yes, sir.
Goes to shoot my commander. He lives because enforcer commanders are nasty. -1 damage, 2 up save. They have drones to pass moons off to. Like it's nice. And then I go, do you have anything else to shoot this commander with? He goes, well, I can pay a CP to reshoot my sniper. That's not a thing you can do. If somebody knows me differently, let me know, but that's not a thing you do. I looked it up afterwards. So I paid a CP to reroll save to keep my commander on multiple wounds. I shouldn't have had to do that. And he was like, well, I'm not going to pay a CP to do that. Yeah, because it didn't exist.
What a surprise.
In the game, like we scored, and this is actually what I think is going to happen. And Dylan, this is something that I think I'm going to have to coach you on a little bit and myself on, honestly, for the GT. Secondary cheating is so big, dude. People don't know how to score their own secondaries most of the time, and the opponents they're going up against, they don't know your fucking secondaries.
Yeah.
This dude scored more
Especially
points.
Legion-specific ones.
Yes, this dude scored more points than what was actually physically possible for it.
Awesome.
Yes. Now, granted, I still would have lost because of Assassinate, but kind of going through after looking at all the stuff that he did, I'm like, this just isn't a fucking thing. Like, there's no way he could score all those points. So that was a funny little moment. But my favorite part of the whole game, it cracked me up. He had a unit of Gene Stealers down. Okay, swear to God, this happened. This is fucking hilarious to me. This dude argued with me about all kinds of shit in the game. And again, he was the guy that came up. I'm a really nice player. That's how it started. I should have known immediately. First dude I
Every
played
time you
against.
say you're a nice guy, you're not a nice guy.
This was the second game. First game I played against, made no such accusations. One of the best games I've ever played. It was so much fun. Amazing player to play against. He tried to abide with all the rules. Phenomenal. This guy, off the bat, they always say this. He goes, I'm not here to win. That's what they always say.
You only go to win.
That's what they always say. I'm not here to win. So if you want to win, I'm just like, whatever, I'll let you win.
Wait, what does that even mean?
None of them do that. That's not a thing that they do. Like, what the hell? So yeah. Anyway, this was the funniest thing that happened. So I go to shoot at him at these Gene Stealers. Now, the way that Callion works is you have to shoot at the closest thing in order to get explosions. So I'm like, okay, there's 3 units in the middle of the board. It's Gene Stealers, and he has 2 units of cultists. And they all came out of Deep Strike the turn before. And he goes, okay, both unit of cultists. He had some cultists on the objective, some of them off. I'm like, okay, so you have 2 units there. Who's on the objective, who's not? And this was after I moved my guys onto the objective. So then this is the problem, right? You ask somebody that, they're going to make it up on the spot in order to make sure that they own the objective, regardless of what you shoot at, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, so what you should do out of reserve is say, this is this 10, this is this 10. But instead, he just put them all down there. And then when I went to go shoot, he decided which was which. He was like, well, I put mix. So this part of this unit is on there and part of this unit is on there. It's like, okay, well, I need to know like what is what because he has a CP that lets me not shoot at one of the units unless they're the closest. You know what I'm saying? Like, so this is where shit gets really weird. So he's like, okay, well, all the guys in front is one unit and all the guys behind is another unit. How convenient for the strat that you have. So I go to shoot the Gene Stealers. I need to clear them off first. I killed 9 Gene Stealers. When he makes a saving throws where it shows that I killed 9, he goes, "Oh, exactly how many you need?" I'm like, great. And then he goes to take the models off the table. I look up, but there's 1 left. I was like, "How many did you remove?" He goes, "I removed 9." He goes, "That's a squad of 10." Interesting. Weird that he said that. It's definitely weird because when I looked up his list later, it was a squad of 9. So, so the dude was definitely 100% cheating on this aspect of like, I don't want you to get explosions, so I'm going to lie about how many are in this unit because he knew he wouldn't have said, "Oh, exactly how many you need."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that was fun. And then multiple times throughout the game, like it would happen where like I would kill units and he would pick up some and be like, "How many did you pick up?" Because I picked up 5. I was like, "Well, I just killed 7." And we would have to like go through it all in order for him to figure out how many he actually needed to pick up. I'm like, dude. And the whole time, like he was like getting mad at me about silly shit where like he'd be like, your riptide doesn't have the right amount of wounds. What are you talking about? It's like you've taken 2 more damage. Like literally like almost like a he said, she said random situation where like he was like, yeah, the turn before you took 2 more damage. I'm like, I don't think I did. I mean, I rolled the dice and I ducked it in, whatever. Yeah, I'm like, fine, whatever.
You're thinking I'm cheating? I
Yeah,
think
it
you're
was
cheating.
so weird. So yeah, my Riptide took 2 more damage, I guess, but it's fucking weird. That was a weird game.
I swear
I just,
that's happened to you 2 weeks in a row.
dude, I'm telling you, it's such a thing. And I had no idea that cheating was such a prevalent thing in 40. I think what's happening is the more I play, the more rules I know, and the more I'm catching on and understanding. Well, these people just kind of suck ass. He kept questioning me on like my CP. It's always the guys still like questioning you on everything. Question how many CP I had. Multiple times I had to walk this guy through the entire game of my CP spending in order to justify the amount of CP I said I had left.
That's annoying.
It was terrible. So yeah, that was at one point in time. Like I literally positioned my guys. He can come within six inches, right? So I measure out distances between 2 miles, and it's 13 inches. His bases are more than an inch wide. So I'm like, okay, you can't come in there because no matter where you position in that spot, you're not going to be within. He tries to drop him anyway. And he's just like measuring like 20 times to try and like sneak it in there. I'm like, dude, look, they're 13 inches apart. It's literally impossible for you to fit him in here. Like, and he's like upset about it. I'm like, I did it on purpose. I'm like, what are you trying to do? It's just so annoying. People are so terrible. And then I faced that Tau player from previous stories.
He was like number 1.
Yeah, the dude that won the RTT and took the tournament pass that he was the TO for. He's a great player though, super phenomenal. Ended up losing like the map. Literally, the mission in his army was like perfect against mine, but it was a bloodbath. He had like, I think it was 16 breachers left, and I had 3 battle suits. End of the game. That's all both of us had. It was a bloodbath. So it was really cool. I definitely enjoyed it, but he's a really good player. I streamed it the whole time too. That was kind of fun. Just a Tau v Tau slaughter. I'll tell you what, the bomber is super useful against everyone but Space Marines.
Yeah.
Space Marines is useless. Just fly over a squad of 5 Space Marines, do like 2 mortal wounds, kill a guy. Yeah, that was the stuff. So we're thinking about maybe doing a special episode next week. Maybe not. We're going to decide. It depends on how much reading we get done, honestly.
Yeah. So big reason for that is I have vacation coming up. So we're and then get back from vacation, head to the GT.
Yeah, GT's right afterwards. Yep.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll definitely know next week if we preview or we have a special episode. You'll definitely find out.
If we do have a special episode, I do want to talk about the new Leagues of Votan stuff coming out for 40K. I want to talk about what I want from 10th edition and what the changes they need to make is, because I think we need to see some changes. It's
Sounds like
pretty
they're
bad up there.
just going to be, at least from Rock. It does a lot of spoilers for things.
Who is it?
I think his name's Valrak.
Oh yeah, Chapter Master Valrak. Yeah. I've heard there's going to be a full reset.
Yeah, that's what he's
I
been
hope that's the
reporting for a
case.
while.
I hope that's the case. I'm really crossing my fingers that we get a full reset because shit's just gotten too wild.
Yeah.
Rules have gotten so bloated, so over the top to counter each other that it's like, just so much. So much. I can go all the way back to the past. But we can talk a little bit about that in the special episode when it comes up because I have a lot of thoughts. But yeah, huge shout out to all the community for doing what they did with the art and the music. It's helped us out a bunch.
Yeah. We were both like, we're texting last night, like, holy shit, this is fucking crazy.
So awesome.
We have fucking merch.
Merch? Whatever
What
that
the
means.
fuck?
Whatever that means.
That's crazy. So yes, thank you everyone that we shouted out at the beginning of the episode. Beth, Josh, Gabe, appreciate you guys. Anyone that buys the merch, also appreciate you. Show it off. Let us know what you think of it. Think it's shit, and we should change things. Let us know. We have no fucking idea. So, as always, hit us up on the Discord. You can find that pinned to our Twitter at Heresy Lodge. We have tips enabled if you feel like contributing to the podcast, or buy some fucking merch. You can email us at theheresiolodge@gmail.com, and on YouTube, like, subscribe, and leave a comment.
Yeah, we got I have purchased enough merch to buy us a 6-pack.
Yes, you have. I was smart, and I got all the sample stuff.
Oh, look at you!
I don't
That's
have to
evil.
pay the full price.
That's so mean. Well, that's fine. I'll buy all the merch, Mike.
You
The
make a
whole
lot more than
family's
I
got
do.
it.
It's fine.
Oh, well, that's kind of true.
Yeah, I know. All right, guys, that is it from us. You guys have a good one. We'll be back next week with either a preview or a special. We'll let you know. See you then.
For sure.